Tech-wise.
Thank you. Again, gold. I missed gold there. Just showing you how powerful that was. Yeah. So now you can be building all this stuff. And what's lovely is you can build these kind of wide concourses, these kind of, because this is actually 7 meters wide. And you get a person on this. I mean, if you build a flat ride at the end, people start to come and experience it. So you can just leave this at any one time, just by coming out of paths or clicking on flat rides.
Okay.
On rides. Yeah? So when you do that, we'll get people wandering over. So whatever ride takes your fantasy, it can be anything.
This one.
Oh, this is one of the big. Look at this. I love this.
Oh wow, it's massive.
Yeah.
What?
This is
okay.
and it's
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, right. So it brings up your flow for how to place a flat ride. So place an entrance, and then you can mass wheel in to get that detail. Lovely. And then place your exit. Brilliant. And add a queue to entrance. So you can kind of snake a little queue around the side, and because in the end you won't build a queue to this path, because the join on there is actually the entrance, and that's where the fast pass, the scan, or tickets are made. So whenever you want to, you can place your
as a ticket booth. So
yeah. So now if you made this nice queue, like so all these people will line up down here. So you can come off that at any one point and just pick add ticket booth. Yeah. Right, now remember you can press Z and that'll rotate it, because you might want to rotate it. You can move it around and it will auto generate the path to that. Yeah?
oh well, it just anywhere in that.
Yeah, because we can come back to this. The path is not in any way going.
Yeah,
and also if you hold Z, no, it's fine. We'll do it in a minute. You'll be fine. So that's cool. Now you just need to. So if you need to connect this path to there. So pick paths.
Can you delete it? Or do you have to go into paths?
Oh yeah, but in paths you can delete all that.
You can delete it with right click.
Yeah, okay. Right click. And you do whatever you want to. So you can build your path from there, or come right around the end.
Yeah.
Already, what I like about this is you're already thinking, well, actually, I don't like the design of this. I want this to. Yeah, I want to get rid of all this stuff.
Get rid of this stuff again.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, now because now you can build a path actually from there if you want to, from the actual.
Yeah, from.
Yeah. That's nice. Nice big wide path. Because later on, you could then build a concession beside it to make some more money. The only thing you need to do is to go over to that section there, and then you can create a path from your exit. Oh, you do need to be on paths.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then build. Yeah, that's right. And then you can.
That one.
It's up to you. It's completely your choice. Whatever you think goes. And you can connect up your exit path to the main path. So that's people will go in this way, come out that way.
Okay.
And that can just join on to wherever you want to. Yeah, that's nice. Because obviously, if parents are waiting here for the kids, they won't see them come in here and then run down the other side and escape. You create a terrible situation there. Great, that's good.
Okay.
Last thing, you may notice that your ride says close.
Okay.
So now you've done all your design, you can click open.
Okay.
And people will start to meander, probably from this ride and much anything else, down this path. They'll take a gentle little move down here. Some of these people will start going, oh, fantastic. It's there's a new ride open and I can get on that. So you can kill this window at the top and that'll get rid of the highlight. If you want to speed up time to see the same thing happening, you can. Because down at the bottom here you can see there's a couple of little icons which will just speed up the simulation. So meanwhile you can just have a look around if you want, because it's a very pretty little park. Or you can start. You could even begin to. Oh, here you go. There's some people wandering around. There they go. They're now moving up to the right, having a nice time. Ah, yeah. So if you want to, you can kind of select that, and then if you you're going straight for the right camera. I can see this. So you've only got one set of people on there. So you see there's options down here. If you pick the view from that wall, and your mouse is now live, so you can hold down the middle mouse button. That's it. And then you can look around. You can you can really experience what's actually going on, what it'd be like to ride it.
That's rad.
So it's a lot of fun. And what's lovely is if you had a person sitting next to you, and it's so high, it's terrifying. And it's actually in scale to some of the real life rides. So the chances are, if you've ridden on one of these in reality, that you would be kind of having a horrible flashback. Hopefully a pleasurable flashback, but one nonetheless. Yeah, so that will give you.
So if there
So
were
if you open
people,
up the little dialogue on the side, yeah, and then you can go between cabins, right? So somewhere on here there is a person riding. There you go.
okay.
So you can see that they're having a whale of a time. So they're coming back down, enjoying it. They're probably waiting for dawn to come. Sorry, not dawn. Because slowly the sun's setting over there, and the park's lighting or something keeps the light. But that's very nice what you've done there. I think there's a much bigger queue now, so they'll be off. And then you exit that, and it will go back to the game camera. So mouse wheel up to get a nice high
Sorry,
view.
the sensitivity is just a bit.
I know. But again, it's completely customizable.
Yeah.
So yeah, even in the pre-alpha, you can limit all that stuff.
I'm so surprised at how far you can zoom in.
Well, but we don't want to hide any kind of detail from people because that's what we know. And anybody loves the detail. Everybody loves the detail side, whether it be looking at the erections on the people's faces. They love the detail of the audio. I mean, you've heard when you zoomed in there, you really began to get that sense of being there.
Yeah.
And also, when you get close to rides which play music, you can start getting that feeling of being in the park. Because what the audio guys, just to give you a sense of the level of detail that they're doing, so they realize that when they record a ride, they go and get Foley from a real live ride, as has happened from a fantastic video designer in the States. So they kind of gone and recorded real rides. What the guys at the office have then done, you might want to try riding this closer. Click on that and then pick the camera. There you go. Whoa! And then pick maybe the front view. Yeah, leave it there, and he'll pick up and start riding in the second one. Yeah. So he started. When you listen to a coaster itself has something like 80 sounds overlaid on top of the normal recording to give you a greater sense of experience of being there. Because it's really weird. There kind of sounds added in which you wouldn't necessarily expect because a coaster is quite smooth and clunky.
Yeah.
But then we've actually added more sounds on top, which give you more of a sense of actually being there, the ambient of air rushing through and everything else. So then there's that deep rumble. So yeah. So this is lovely because you can actually start to look around the park as you go. And what this also shows off is what we're kind of doing with the train editing, which will be in kind of future releases, which will be kind of very interesting again. That's a lovely video. Well done.
You've never played one of these games properly before. Now I want to.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. So this is absolutely the thing because we're so hyped about playing this at work.
Yeah.
Because it could be a very dry management scene, and it just isn't. Because we're going through the authenticity of actually running a park and experiencing a park. But also, there's just a real beauty in actually building these things out. And it's not just building out the kind of OCXTV, but actually the modular scenery that's coming. The actual modular buildings that I kind of showed you in the kind of earlier tutorial. Adding the level of detail which you can on the structures within the park. At this station here, that's entirely made. I mean, it's worth if you exit that a second, and just pick the if you kind of select any part of this building, and then pick the edit button. Kind of, you can go in and start. You can select anything else. You can add to it. Why not go to the decorations? Yeah. So here, if you pick something like the wall lamp, it's quite dark on the station. So start moving that over there. And then you can start to light dynamically the place in the park. So it's not just, and that'll have an effect on the happiness of the guests. The very fact that they start to see areas, they're aware that they're walking through a lit area, you can start playing with that. Same as scenery, when you pick the scenery tab, you've got not just props to pick from, you've got your nature, you've got actual signs, which actually again lead back into the simulation, which will lead your guests around the park to spend more money, just getting more excited about where they are. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, I don't want to. I almost want to stop talking so you can carry on building stuff because you can build anywhere. So you see, what you've been doing on the other side, you've got these open little paths around here. You can start actually building out into the sand bed if you wanted to. I mean, you could try building a building if you wanted to in the last couple of minutes. It's up to you.
Okay.
So so building go to walls. Right. So pick a wall. Do you want to keep custom? What do you want to make?
I don't know.
What style?
This
the rough one. So that's your base wall. 4 meter high wall.
Yeah.
Right. So place that down wherever you want, and it will bring up your. So don't forget you can rotate around. You can.
Okay. So what's the button for rotate?
Z. So tap it to rotate, and it will. There you go. There you go. Now, of course, do you want people to go here to do something?
I'm literally just placing it just to see how.
Well, you're placing. You're not making any money. You're not making any money. Don't forget, you can. So if you, I'm just suggesting this. Right?
Yeah,
if you pick facilities,
yeah,
and then imagine what you would want people to buy.
okay.
So you've got food, drink, hats. Obviously, hats. Everybody wants a hat shop. So Z to rotate a couple of times, get it to face out. Perfect. And then you can go back onto walls and get that wall piece that you had again, and just add a couple of bits of wall on.
Okay.
See that? Yeah. You got it.
Keep pressing Alt. Obviously, you can move the camera to actually get it.
Yeah, you're choosing to be a mile away when you're doing this. So if you want to zoom in, that's fine. So you've got a very simple box, or a simplicated box. You made the simple part, and now you can go in and start to put a light in for goodness sake. Right? Go into the decorations. So maybe like put some lights in, or maybe even there you go. I don't think you have time for a roof, but let's well, not a very complex roof. Why don't you put maybe go into wall signs, and so this is a hat shop. So there's that there. So we've got big brands in the game, but fictional brands that we've got. So when you put that stuff down, hat's fantastic. That's fine. I'm glad you laughed, right? Because it's good. So that'd be like a premium brand of hats. And the serious side of that is the simulation is going to encourage you to try and get these premium brands to move into the park.
Okay.
And
so this is ironic because it doesn't even have a roof.
I know.
Have a hat. So.
Exactly. Well done. So yeah, I mean, I can't cope with it. Go into building attachments, and at least put a fascia on the front of that shop, or an awning, any one of these lovely little things.
Yeah.
All right. So if you hold down Alt, that'll make your life simple, and that will snap on there. So, in answer to your question about intersections, we don't want to stop players from intersecting stuff, right? Because that will limit their creativity.
Yeah.
But we also want to make it so that people who don't want to spend all their time building things can actually make something quite simple. You can save this whole building as a blueprint, right? And then clone stuff around. Yeah, you don't have to keep on building all these things. Once you build a nice shop that you like, you can save it or share it or get one from the community.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see the levels of detail in all these things under here. We've got a vast amount of content which you can put together and create your own things. You've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Is that? Oh, I've got to say it's 5 minutes because I have to generate the video for you. 5 minutes. Cool. Go on then. Cool. But it's interesting. Are you stopping recording or something? Are you still going?
It's just armor base.
Yeah. So I'll give you I want to give you a sense of the kind of levels of kind of creativity. So if I hit escape twice, that gets me right out.
Yeah.
From that. So as I said before, it's actually there's no point in having a shop there because it's not earning any money. So I think the first thing to do is just go to parts. You don't have to shut down all these things. It's actually very quick to do stuff. So I'm going to pick that. I think that's already it. I'm going to use my little keyboard shortcuts to reduce the length of the path, then reduce the width of the path. So it kind of feels like what I want it to do. Then I'm going to do some interesting stuff. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to put that one just there, actually. I'm showing that as a nice curve. And then what I can do is pop that back onto there. And I could run it all the way along this wall, but I actually want to make something kind of interesting in terms of shape. And then this area around here, I can then place signs down to start making people want to come here. I could suggest that maybe you get a nice little pirate hat from here. So I might put an advert down here, which will have a direct implication on the simulation. And then I can start to go through the copious amounts of nature and everything else. Yeah, I could ignore the fact there's no roof on there and start putting down seaweed, or just putting down massive trees which wouldn't normally grow in sand. I can do whatever I want to.
Yeah.
Which, bearing in mind that behind here is this massive is a true simulation. But again, we just don't want to limit your creativity. Yeah. So similarly, I could go back into my buildings area, and the things that I like to do in the pirate set is actually to create this. I actually like shanties, always have done. So I'm going to here. I'm trying to pick that, go to edit. Pick my little shanty area. And you start dropping this stuff in. Can I put that? Actually, I think I might put that there. And it snaps down, see? So I can put that anywhere
Yeah.
and snap through the grid. It's kind of cool.